To drop. Check that. Y'all run the list, right? They should be ready to move sooner. Here we go. Percussion. 1 and 1, 2, ready. to basket case, basket case. Basket case. Basket case. Basket case. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, ready, and
Good evening. My name is Mike West, and I'm honored to be the principal at Martin Luther King High School. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the Martin Luther King High School commencement ceremony for the class of 2018. Let me now introduce the 2018 ASB President, Ms. Melanie Rubalcaba.
Would the audience please stand for the presentation of colors by the Martin Luther King NJROTC Color Guard and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and the National Anthem. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance. And now the Martin Luther King Choir, led by Mr. Brian Holm, will sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the and the home of the brave, home of the brave.
You may be seated.
We are joined on stage this evening by district dignitaries and special guests whom I'd like to introduce at this time. First, Clerk of the Board of Education in the Riverside Unified School District, Mrs. Kathy Olivey. Also, the Superintendent of the Riverside Unified School District, Dr. Hanson. I am also pleased to introduce the principals or representatives from the feeder elementaries and middle schools, which most of you have attended before coming to King High School. As I read the schools and names, please stand and acknowledge your attendance at these schools. From Benjamin Franklin Elementary, Mrs. Dawn Smith. From John F. Kennedy Elementary, Mrs. Lisa Gonzalez. From Tomas Rivera Elementary, Mrs. Adela Flores Bertrand. From William Howard Taft Elementary, Mr. Bernie Torres. From Mark Twain Elementary, Mrs. Paula Albeck. And from Crest Elementary, Mrs. Jeanette Prescott. From Frank Augustus Miller Middle School, Mr. Mark Shaw. And from Amelia Earhart Middle School, Mr. Sean Curtin. I would also like to recognize individuals who are out and about helping out today with whom I would not have been able to get through this year. That's our administrative team, Mrs. Amanda Chan, Mr. Chip George, Dr. Leanne Iconi, Mrs. Tammy Kruger, Mr. Jeff Ray, and Mr. David Waldron. Please give them a round of applause. Congratulations, class of 2018, you did it. You've accomplished the major milestone of your young lives. You all had to work hard to get to this day, and the work does not go unrecognized by those around you. So now what? What are your plans? What are your goals? What is your vision? Where do you see yourself in 5 years or 10? It is likely many of you have lived your lives not thinking too much about your future plans, other than perhaps planning the next opportunity to play Fortnite. Though I am sure the game is fun, Fortnite does not a future make. Many of you are going to college and have selected a major course of study. Some of you are planning to go directly into the military or the workforce and perhaps right away. And finally, some of you are hoping to stay in your just a little bit longer. Regardless of which of these scenarios most accurately represents your situation, I encourage you to take the time to sit down without distractions and establish your values and develop a vision for what you want to do for your career and what you want to get out of life. I had the opportunity to take a few different career paths along the way and to serve in a variety of leadership roles throughout my career. As each of these opportunities came to me, I thought about what I would want to accomplish during my tenure in that position. If I simply did not have a vision for a given opportunity, regardless of the pay or status, I simply passed it up, knowing I would not be able to sustain my drive for that position for very long. When I decided to apply to be the principal here at Martin Luther King High School, my vision was to build upon the quality leadership of King administration, capitalize on the experience and professionalism of the school's great teaching staff, and leverage the talent and involvement of the King community to lead our school in becoming the world's greatest high school. Though as a school we may never attain such a lofty goal, it is still a goal that drives me personally and one that we as a school must always strive to achieve. Establishing a vision for what you want in your personal life can be of great benefit as well. When I was at an age and place in life where getting married was a possibility, I thought a lot about the kind of person I wanted to be my wife. The one thing above all else that stood out for me was that I wanted her to be a great mother to my children. This vision truly did pay off for me, and I could not be more fortunate in that regard. Seniors, as opportunities present themselves, both personal and professional, your personal values and vision will help guide you in deciding which ones to explore, which ones justly are worth your precious time and energy. Simon Sinek has a quote related to vision that I feel captures the advice I'm trying to impart. He says, "Directions are instructions given to explain how. Direction is a vision offered to explain why." Class of 2018, set your goals, create your vision, and work relentlessly in making it a reality. Congratulations, class of 2018. It is my pleasure to introduce the president of the class of 2018, Miss Allison Weaver.
Evening, faculty and staff, and most importantly, class of 2018. I have a dream. I thought these exact words sitting down at my brother's graduation 4 years ago, hearing the senior class president speak. Here I am, 4 years later, fulfilling that dream I had of speaking at mine as senior class president. It has been my pleasure to walk alongside you all in the halls of King High, covered in Aloha Boy stickers. And now, today, exit these very same halls we entered 4 years ago. I'm not here to bore you in the hot heat, nor am I here to talk about the many trials and tribulations we had encountered these past 4 years. I'd rather leave a lasting impression of what's to come for many of our futures. Many of us embarking on a variety of different paths, whether that be moving into the workforce, taking a gap year to travel the world, or furthering your education institution of your choice. We all came in as naive freshmen, trying to find our place on such a large campus. We were forced to meet strangers at freshman first day and play awkward icebreakers that truly did not break any type of ice. In fact, for many of us, the ice is still not broken. Sophomore year came around, and some of us started begging our parents to allow the driving process to commence. Then in a matter of time, we had obnoxious lanyards around our necks with car keys that our parents paid for. And of course, going through the tough phase of parking in Africa because our parking jobs were horrendous. Junior year, probably the toughest year academically and mentally. This year brought many decisions and a whole lot of hard work and dedicated preparation for senior year. I feel as though this was the year that senioritis was settling in, but obviously not in full effect. As we sit here, literally minutes away from becoming King High alumni, our laziness, senioritis, is still alive and well, because the thought of getting up and receiving a diploma that has nothing in it isn't even worth it. Some of the most beautiful relationships have been made here at King High, whether that be with a teacher, friend, or even an administrator. The community here at King compares to no other. There's teachers like Miss Norris that can meet a single student and make a classroom a home. There's teachers like Miss Jennings that make as a freshman alive and handle while also being the most uplifting teacher for struggling students. Miss Alarcon, that brings laughter to anyone's day and exemplifies what it is to be a strong woman in today's society. And of course, two women that are near and dear to my heart, Miss Kruger and Miss Kay, that effortlessly run our school and never want any type of recognition in return. I think it's safe to say that the staff on our campus has impacted our lives and it should not go unnoticed. Again, I say, on behalf of the class of 2018, thank you. As I wrap up my farewell speech, I leave knowledge with you all. RUSD is first grade. Since 1960, I would to come and speak at my graduation gives me chills. I am honored to have gone to a school in a district that started the wave of desegregating schools instead of riding the wave during the movement. Education has always been one of my favorite topics, and I will forever cherish this opportunity to share a fact like this with my classmates. Just as Martin Luther King Jr. said, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. So therefore, go into the world, stand firm in your beliefs, and always fight for what matters. Thank you again, class of 2018, for allowing me to serve you for these past 4 years. Always remember, you are fearfully and wonderfully made.
Now, our first 4 valedictorians, Miss A.
Okay. Good evening, family, friends, teachers, administrators, and the class of 2018. We all know how hard coming up with a perfect Instagram caption is. Well, this was like that, but 10 times worse. King High School has undoubtedly taught me countless lessons, otherwise I wouldn't end up right here speaking to you right now. So amongst some vital knowledge, like the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, nothing fits this moment as well as the Declaration of Independence. Class of 2018, this is our opportunity to declare our independence. And following the true fashion of our founding fathers, how can I not list the grievances of King High School? Some experiences I'm sure we all share. So 1, the parking situation. Whereas the year went on, spots lessened. We lined cars up anywhere we could find along any open fire lanes, and as many as we could. We may not all dream of becoming engineers, but in those moments before class, we embodied engineers in their innovative problem solving. Number 2, the tardy policy. I definitely ran faster to those gates than I did at any time in PE, and most times I failed to make it. And I can confidently say I feel more wronged by this system than any. After all, time is only clocks do. Therefore, was I really ever even late? Even so, this is why my peers and I partner together to think outside the box to find ways in without being caught up in the tardy sweep. I am sorry to inform you that I'm unable to reveal any of these secrets today, though. And last, the room numbers. As freshmen, we all entered wide-eyed and eager and completely clueless as to why the buildings had to be numbered out of order. 4 was next to 18, and 22 was actually 3 doors away from 23. So I believe that had this campus not been a high school, but an elementary school, we would leave here thinking that 17 came after 38 and our numbers would be completely messed up. Yeah, I'm looking on the bright side here. All these grievances of King High School make it a challenging place to get out of bed for. Yet, it's only half the story. And our experience at school, one of mine. Those grievances, there are upsides I could not fail to mention. Incredibly caring and supportive teachers who would not rest until you got it right. Club advisors who volunteered their time to make our visions reality. And friends who pulled you up as you were falling, figuratively and quite literally, especially on stairs on a rainy day. So before we officially separate from King High School and each other, I would like to offer some advice I'm not sure I'm even qualified to give. An ancient Chinese idiom tells of a man who tried to make his crops appear better than his neighbors just by simply pulling them taller. He returns the next day to a field of dead greenery. So we may be moving on from high school, but our whole lives are still ahead of us. There's ample time to figure it out, so do not stunt your growth trying to rush. Instead, choose the right fertilizer at our own pace. Our impending separation is no doubt terrifying, but it is our time for discovery, an opportunity for such that culminates in every corner. So with all that being said, and the aforementioned list of grievances, at least the ones that Mr. West approved of, we, the people of the class of 2018, officially and finally declare our independence from King High School. Thank you.
Allow me to introduce our second valedictorian, Mr. Amandeep Rana.
Hello. I want to start off by apologizing for my voice. What can I say? The senior year got a little wild. Welcome guests, faculty, school administrators, and the graduating class of 2018. Well, you know, I was going to come up here and give some unsolicited advice on how to live your lives. But, I mean, you can always turn to Twitter for that. So how about we take a step back, shall we? Let's throw it back to elementary school. Life was good, girls were gross, and Yaksh was the same height as most of us. Some of us wanted to be astronauts, others wanted to be president. Even back then, I knew there was absolutely no chance little Billy in the corner was going to rule this nation. But, I mean, if Trump can do it, anyone can. Middle school, class were easy, girls weren't gross anymore, and Yaksh grew. We all thought the world was going to end in 2012. And well, nothing was the same in 2013 after Drake let us know that the whole team is here. Middle school was also the time where most of us had our first relationship and, more importantly, our first kiss. But having an Indian dad, I was definitely not one of those people. Wink, wink. Oh, I mean, hey, Dad. Then high school came. Classes got harder, girls got prettier, and well, Yaksh, you get the point. Freshman year was overwhelming. Many of us were traumatized by the towering seniors. Seeing a 7-foot linebacker ducking under doors to get into the same Spanish class as me was definitely a shock. There was no freaking way that this creature was once a 9-pound baby. Shout out to Junior, by the way. Sophomore year was a year of mistakes. I'll never forget the day I got caught ditching. Most of you are probably like, how the hell do you get caught ditching at King? Well, let me paint the picture for you. It was a day before winter break. One of my friends had the bright idea of going to Little Caesars for lunch. Yuck. So, not thinking much of it, me and 5 friends went ahead with the idea. Walking out the front gates, we never looked back. We are free at last. No one could stop us now, until we heard the tire screeches of Fernando's golf cart. We froze in our tracks. Telling this story to my mom, I thought she'd be mad at me for ditching. She was mad, but only because I got caught. All she said was, "Stupid, why you run?" It was a great lesson. Sophomore year was also kind of wild. How could I forget Mr. Martinez's class? As a scrawny little sophomore sitting right in the front of my Spanish class, I was pretty much asking to get roasted by Mr. Martinez. Well, Jesus, I'm not a little boy anymore. Junior year was a crazy year. From APs to SATs to prom to figuring out what career to choose, junior year was definitely a stressful one. There were many sleepless nights trying to memorize Mrs. Hampton's small multiple choice tests and trying to relearn calculus overnight. Shout out to Palm Dog, by the way, that's my boy. But the one part of junior year was getting our licenses. However, this also meant our first driving tickets. Oh wait, sorry, that was probably just me. Yes, guys, your valedictorian got pulled over for rolling a stop sign. In my defense, I could barely see the stop sign without my glasses. And last but not least, senior year, the year everyone fell off, the year of fat L's. I mean, at least we didn't get swept like the Cavaliers, or should I say LeBron. The year we didn't have to ditch anymore because we could literally sign ourselves out. The year we broke the senior ditch day record with 467 seniors. Now, why did I just get a timeline on years? Well, if you look at it, there's really no connection between those 3 stages of our education except one, and that's you. You are the only connection between the experiences in your life. Life is one hell of a ride. You never know where you're gonna land. You might ask, where are we dropping, boys? But life might just drop you in the middle of Loot Lake. It's in your power to make the most of your experiences and to live life how you want to, because you only live once. I want to end off by thanking my family and friends who without I wouldn't be where I am today. I'm especially thankful for my dad. I can vividly remember my dad pointing down onto the field right where I stand today at my sister's graduation. He told me I will be the val of my class. He wasn't wrong. Thanks, Dad. There's one thing you should take away from this high school in general. It is to live with no regrets. And always remember, Saturdays are for the boys. Congratulations, class of 2018. Mamba out.
Ladies and gentlemen, performing We Are All in This Together under the direction of Mr. Brian Holm, the Martin Luther King High School Chamber Singers. And now, please welcome our next valedictorian, Miss Audrey Yao.
Friends, family, teachers, administrators, distinguished guests, regular guests, welcome. After 13 long years of government-mandated education, the class of 2018 is finally graduating. While we may not know how to file taxes or how 401k works, useless thing, I can proudly say that despite all of our challenges and the oppressive heat of the past 2 days, we can successfully enter the football stadium and sit quietly in our seats. Congrats, guys. Class of 2018. 4 years ago, we entered King High School, scared and surrounded by unfamiliar faces. Now, as we sit on this field in our wizarding robes and cardboard hats, look to your left and to your right and realize that you still have never seen these people before in your life. So hello, my name is Audrey Yao, and I was given the opportunity to speak to you today through my effective use of notes and Yahoo Answers. Be real. Some of you may know me from death. Others of you are thinking, what the hecka? Some of you may have seen me for the first time in the Spark Rally. Others of you have stage 4 senioritis and are thinking, rally? What rally? We had a rally? Nevertheless, now we're acquainted, so now I'm clearly qualified to give you advice. Follow your heart, because if you can see where your heart is, it's outside of your body. Get it back in. As you embark on the next phase of your life journey, remember that comparison is the thief of all happiness. So when faced with a compare and contrast essay, only contrast. And finally, whatever path you choose, make a difference. Or divide, multiply. Heck, if you took calculus here, integrate yourself into society. In all honesty, I think I'm completely unqualified to give you advice, considering that we are all now faced with the exact same challenge of figuring out what to do with the rest of our lives. But part of the deal I made with Mr. West here is that I would at least try to give real advice. So take my suggestions with a grain or maybe a handful of salt. So, to reference the 6th grade health education videos, girls and boys, you are about to go through some exciting changes. But no, not those changes this time. Finally, unconfined by A through G requirements, we are each heading down our own paths. So make good choices. Take your work seriously, but not yourself. It doesn't matter if you mess up your graduation speech, if your hat falls off, or if you don't really know what you're doing. Life comes with failures and uncertainties. The only thing you can do is have fun with it. One thing that is certain, though, is that my speech is about to end, and we will get one step closer to receiving the empty diploma holders that we came here for. Please try to hold your excitement. So, in honor of the High School Musical song our choir just sang for us, I leave you with one last quote from Sharpay Evans. Goodbye to you, and you, and you, and you. Class of 2018, thank you and congratulations.
And now with our final valedictory, Ms. Susan Stu.
Good evening, friends, family, teachers, administrators, and people who I haven't spoken to since elementary school. It is an honor to stand before you all today as we congratulate the class of 2018 on entering the wondrous world of adult responsibilities. Throughout our high school career, I'm sure many of us have heard of the phrase, "the world is your oyster," that the world is ours to explore, enjoy, and that we should seek out the pearl within to find happiness and success. These ideas were ingrained within us as we first set foot on this campus 4 years ago, each of us ready to leave our mark in this world, or at least on the stall of the girls' bathroom. But how does one open an oyster? It wasn't long before we realized school is not what Disney raised it to be. The oyster does not willingly give up what is inside. It must be pried open. For 4 years, we were told to pry open its shells, and many of us tried, some with more success than others. But I can't help but wonder, what's so good about a pearl anyway? As I say goodbye to 4 years of racing against the morning bell, losing my hearing in the red zone, and deciphering the components of the cafeteria lunch, I realized that rather than exhausting my motivation in pursuit of what society defines to be success, it is much more enjoyable to savor the passing moments and relish in the joy of the unknown. I find that rather than oyster, I would much rather my world be a bowl of fried rice. Unlike the formulaic way that an oyster is to be pried open, you can make your rice however you like. Each bowl of fried rice is carving intricate combinations of ingredients to your own taste. So rather than rigidly pursuing the predefined notions of success, create your own. There will be a day in which the simple pleasures of the past will be nothing more than a pebble in the ever-flowing stream of time. There will be a day when King High will be no more than a shadow in your vast cavern of memories, lurking beneath years of blurred emotions and vanquished time. If your life were a bowl of fried rice, how would it taste when that day comes? As you become older and wiser, as tumultuous life experiences mold you like specks of rice in a hot iron skillet, will your bowl be as delicious as you had hoped? Will the seething skillet of life char you, or will you use the heat to fuel your transformation and enhance your flavor? As you step out of the gates of King High School, remember that the world is an open flame, and it is up to you to control your skillet. It is not the complexity of your ingredient, but rather how you transform these raw reactants into a quality final product. So use that flame as a catalyst for your personal chemical reaction. Create something that will make you savor the next bite. Oysters are an endangered species, but you have all the rice in the world. So good luck and happy cooking, class of 2018.
And now please welcome from the Riverside Unified School District Board of Education, Mrs. Kathy Olivey.
Thank you. Good evening, graduates, parents, teachers, and administrators, and friends. As a parent, I have loads of worldly wisdom to impart to you, of course, just as your parents probably have loads of worldly wisdom to impart. But I thought you might rather hear thoughts from a King graduate, and King graduate was my daughter, Kellen, who has now been out of King for about a decade. I asked her the other day, what have you learned in the last 10 years that I could impart to you tonight who are about to graduate? And she had a few thoughts that I thought were interesting, and I'm going to pass those on right now. The first thing she said to me was, it doesn't matter if you have a plan. A plan will evolve on its own, so don't stress. Turns out that she is doing something very much different than what she went to college for. And she likes it a whole lot better than the thing that she originally set out to do. And that's because when you get a taste of different experiences in college, out in the world, you sometimes change your mind, and that's okay. Someone told her once, and she felt it was true, that life isn't a ladder taking one step after another and going up, up, up. It's more of a jungle gym where you go up, then sideways, and then you dangle for a while, and then you move on. And actually, she said, that's half the fun. Number 3, she wanted me to make sure I told you to always pay off your credit card bill every month. If you don't, it's a slippery slope. And yes, she knows what she's talking about. Number 4, she said try to find balance in your life. Finding balance is a lifetime project. She told me the sooner you a spot between work and play, between going too fast or too slow, between taking time for others and time for yourself, between fast food and veggie, vegan, gluten-free food, the better. Finding the balance makes life much better all around. And finally, she suggested spending some quiet moments in gratitude today for your friends, your health, your happiness, your home, and the blessings in your life. Next thing you know, you'll be thinking back over a decade and you'll want to have made it a great one. So even if you just try one of her suggestions, which is learned step by step, help you climb your own life's journey. of the Board of Education, we wish you success wherever you go, class of 2018.
Mrs. Alvey, please stay with me at the podium. At this time, it is my duty and my pleasure to certify that the graduates sitting before you have met all the qualifications as set forth by the state of California and have satisfied all the graduation requirements as established by the Board of Education in the Riverside Unified School District. I present to you the graduating class of 2018.
Graduates, congratulations on your accomplishments. The Riverside Unified School District is very proud of you. It gives me great honor and pleasure on behalf of the Board of Education of the Riverside Unified School District to accept the class of 2018. I ask at this time that they be awarded their diplomas. Congratulations.
All right. You are going to be on this side over here. You guys are good to go.
Valedictorian, Susan Sue.
Hannah Christine Guzman Abad.
Valedictorian, Audrey Ellen Yao.
Elizabeth Marie Allen.
Valedictorian, Amandeep Rana.
Sarah Lorena Ausman.
Valedictorian, Aislinn Chen Liu.
Maya Bean.
Salutatorian, Yaksh Pradeep Patel.
Leah Clarice Bora.
Salutatorian, Preetha Krishmurthy.
Andrew Wesley Chalette.
Salutatorian, Angela Zhoting Shu.
Katie Rose Dalton.
Salutatorian, Devki Shalish Shah.
Leslie Andrea Aguilar Deluro.
Prarthna Shalish Shah.
John Paul Gazaway.
Daniel Michael Gerges.
Catherine Elaine George.
Senior Class President, Allison Page Weaver.
Jacob Gomez.
President, Melanie Ruby Rucalva.
Jacob Asuncion George.
Senior Class Vice President, Emma Nguyen.
Margaret Ann Mahoney.
Senior Class Secretary, Mika McBib.
Janessa Therese Mendoza.
Senior Class Treasurer, Kazim Olayinka Salam.
Milan Danae Moses.
Senior Class Historian, McKenna Rose DeWitt.
Heather Shue Patton.
Senior class historian C. Catherine Tibbetts.
Dalton Amy Rush.
Class historian Jonathan Morales.
Hannah Marie Schaefer.
Senior class historian Shaylin Renah.
Abid Abedrabo.
Julio Cesar Ledesma III.
Caitlin Abelia Aben.
Brendan Quan Lee.
Cameron Lane Abasejo.
Dabin Lee.
Nathan David Adams.
Junwan Lee.
Noah Court Adcock.
London Ashley Leinbach.
Alvin Christoph Pelago Agatek.
Desiree Leon.
Gabriella Isabel Aguirre.
Yuching Lu.
Raneem Abdel Karim Alaraj.
Heather Renee Livings.
Alexis Raul Alatorre.
Vianney Elizabeth Lomelli.
Thomas Jacob Albertazzi.
Amanda Nicole Lopez.
Matthew Ryan Alfaro.
Arlen Alvaro Lopez.
Leila Alharazi.
Isabel Amanda Lopez.
Ashlyn Renee.
Jasmine Lopez.
Rachel Ann Alamento.
Madeline Ojeda Lopez.
Lexi Alvarez.
Natalie Corrine Lopez.
Vanessa Hope Alvaran.
Amy Liu.
Liliana Alzain.
Jennifer Fong Liu.
Ronald Joseph Anderson.
Joseph Asa Luna.
Riley Anderson.
Tyler Jacob Lung.
Amea Lucia Andrade.
Katie Luong.
Anna Aquino.
Taylor Sang Ma.
Nicole Vanessa Arrujo.
Shahrukh Molly.
Corey Michelle Arenas.
Silvino Mercado Mapatid III.
Christopher Ben Armendariz.
Tyler Marshall McBrain.
Michelle Armenta.
Jasmine Lee McCaskill.
Paige Louise Arnett.
Kaylee Bree Maciel.
Andrea Dorady Areola.
Damaris Alexis Madrigal.
Emily Artiega.
Kaylin Marie Main Saldana.
Sebastian Artiega.
Morgan Taylor Mangini.
Aaron Sadiq Ashley.
Julia Jean Manning.
Dallas Atkinson.
James Daniel Mansfield Jr.
Carissa Elise Avila.
Mason Christopher Mapes.
Marie Anna Avila.
Anthony Michael John March.
Noah James Avina.
Alexis Martinez.
Mazen Awad.
Isabella Rose Martinez.
Mike Ayala.
Parker Levi Matella.
Braden Bagley.
Sabrina Marie McLean.
Kasaba Kulsum Beg.
Cameron Dean McCracken Peo.
Dylan Daniel Baker.
Jordan Tyler Peo.
Ariel Alyssa Baldwin.
Chance
Sophia Ballion.
Nicholas Evan McDonald.
Chris Barba.
Shannon Elizabeth McKenzie.
Carissa Lee Barden.
Madeline Emma McPherson.
Alyssa Elizabeth Rose Barella.
Haley Maria McSkimming.
Devin Henry Barnes Jr.
Mackenzie Joanne Meach.
Ileana Rivera Barraza.
Tyler Lee Mirowski.
Bailey Edmund Berry.
Alejandro Luciano Mejia.
Rayanne
Santiago Mejia.
Elizabeth Madison Bauman.
Yared McBib.
Ryan Joseph Bavier.
Aaron Richard Melton.
Richard Conrad Beatty.
Christoph George Melton.
Francisco Becerra Jr.
Edith Liliana Mendez.
Sydney Karina Beglau.
Gerardo Mendez Garcia Jr.
Darian Zane Bell.
Vanessa Laura.
Kyle Bell.
Aiden Connor Milborn.
Amanda Belmonte.
Alec Chandler Milborn.
Michaela Sarai Benavides Parsons.
Jessica Kehulan Kiko Mills.
Sierra Nevada Tavares Beniga.
Giselle Monique Miranda.
Kennedy Rose Benner.
Mangisi Sione Mala.
Tivia Danielle
Ramesh Mohapatra.
Rihanna Galguera Bursis.
Jonathan Alberto Moncada.
Matthew Bergen.
Sebastian Moncada.
Alfonso Cornejo Bernardino Jr.
Brisa Monje.
Skylar Matthew Bess.
Cassandra Giselle Monsisvas.
Kareem Bialy.
Elizabeth Nicole Montoya.
Jacob Blue.
Brandon Lee Moore.
Alyssa Marie Blackwell.
M. Marie Moore.
Brody Ray Blumdahl.
Nathaniel Alexander Moore.
Justine Janae Bloomquist.
Safir Jihad Moore Muhammad.
Tabitha Bogday.
Connor Starks Morgan.
Vladimir Nicholas Bond.
Masha Marie Morganti.
Nicholas J. Boren.
Shintaro Shane Mori.
Jillian Patricia Potini.
Chloe Josephine.
Zachary Ryan Boutwell.
Nicole Ann Morrow.
Jack Brandt.
Haley Aaron Mudrin.
Kyle Eric Brewer.
Andrew James Mueller.
Lauren Marie Brewer.
Colin Jeffrey Mueller.
Connor J. Brock.
Brooklyn Grace Munoz.
Bianca Isabel Brown.
Nash Dylan Munoz.
Alyssa Lee Bruns.
Andrew Monroe.
Brunson.
Jacob Aaron Myers.
Brianna Nicole Bryden.
John Anthony Nance.
Lauren Gabriella Buck.
Kaylee Beth Nash.
Ray Buelna.
Amy Nava.
Ashley Aurora Buffton.
Caitlin Andrea Nava.
Kendall Molly J. Burrell.
Ruth Navarette.
Russell Lee Bush.
Christopher Felipe Navarro.
Nicole Bushy.
Justine Marie Navarro.
Elias Arsenio Cabanillas.
Eva Marie Nelson.
Isaac Jacob Cabanillas.
Venus Kyra Nguyen.
Trevor Austin Cad.
Jonathan Wen Lee.
Jillian Calilung.
Melissa Yvette Nieto.
Kayla Marie Campbell.
Justin Roy Northcutt.
Ian K. Cannell.
Rachel Leah Morris.
Stuart Cannell.
Andrea Juliette Nunez.
Kevin Ivan Carbajal.
Michael Nathan Nunez.
Alexis Karina Cardenas.
Christopher Daniel Oakes.
Autumn Rachel Cardy.
Megan Elizabeth O'Brien Orta.
Alexis Leanne Cardoza.
Dylan Gabriel Ochoa.
Jeremy Ryan Carlton.
Jason Anthony Ochoa.
Caleb John Carlson.
Raymond Nicholas Ochoa.
Justin Matthew Carmona.
Alexandria Taylor Odin.
Daniel Carpenter.
Brian Gerard Odom.
Israel Carrillo.
Ola Watosin Odufa Lo.
Elijah J. Carrington.
Liam Noel Ogawa.
Chandler Scott Carruthers.
Roberto Carlos Olea.
Ronald Eugene Carter Jr.
Eldrick Josh Oliver.
Kelly Castellanos.
Dynasty Azarevo.
Jose de Jesus Castro.
Alexis Marie Ortega.
Maria Daniela Centeno.
Coral Lene Ortega.
Alana Marie Serda.
Carlos Ortiz.
Sebastian Cerrablanco Nunez.
Cesar Osana Medina.
Monica Cervantes Cortez.
Alexander Lee Ove.
Larissa Ann Cesena.
Lauren Taylor Owens.
Bernice Chavez.
Taj Owens.
Anna Nicole Chavez.
Ariel Taylor Pace.
Derek Chen.
Thomas John Padilla.
Sandra Shien Cheng.
Jeanette Brooke Page.
Bradley Robert Chesterton.
Haley Marie Palaskis.
Clayton Anthony Chick.
Brianna Elizabeth Polomeres.
Savannah Rosemary Childress.
Omkar Malind Ponce.
Kyle Nathan Mackey.
Jonna Marie.
Danielle Elizabeth Christie.
Stephen Patrick Parker.
Ashley Marie Crush.
Tanner Thomas Parks.
Phoebe Puai Chu.
Julie Nicole Pattison.
Sienna Pauline Clark.
Isadora Flores Pedro Jose.
Jack Byron Clark III.
Shantice Regine Penn.
Kenton Lane Leon Clayton.
Nathan Jacob.
Alexander Bay Clifford.
Aaliyah Peralta.
Alexandria Joanne Cobb.
Carlos Kenneth Peraza.
Victor Frederick Cole.
Cameron Michael Pareda.
Crystal Monique Contreras.
Brittany Perez.
Elijah Quante Coulé.
Emmanuel Elias Chacon Perez.
Jasmine Elizabeth Correa.
Eric Perez.
Alexis Lynn Pes.
Isaiah Camilio Perez.
Ciel Craver.
Joel Alejandro Perez.
Jose Cristobal Miguel.
Joseph Gilbert Perez.
Timothy Lee Crowder.
Lily Perez.
Alexis Jean Crowther.
Matthew Vincent Perez.
Delaney Michelle Crump.
Michaela Danielle Perez.
Andrew Robert Cruz. Ricardo Cruz Bonda.
Catherine Lee Perkins.
Victoria Rose Quen.
Reginald Ronte Olarayo Peters.
Gabriel Antonio Cuevas.
Cameron Taylor Pfeiffer.
Amanda Page Curtis.
Ton Not Pham.
Owen James Sear.
William James Phelps.
Susan Lucille Da Jose.
Alexandra Lee Pigeon.
Eric Detelli.
Tamia Renee.
Jordan Walton Davenport.
Alexis Pintor.
Danielle Noel Dawson.
Emily Elizabeth Poole.
Jared George Day.
Kira Rihanna Paselski.
Chandalyn Lee DeBoer.
McKenna Ray Powell.
Eric Alexander Deerdorf.
Whitney Page Power.
Alexis Dotto.
Julian Pozo.
Sandra D'Amico.
Nayama Bolema Prashanth.
Cole Taylor Dempsey.
Tori Morgan Pratt.
Blake Michael Dennis.
Jeremy Daniel Prevette.
Casey Amy Dennis.
Daphne Chi.
Dominic Lee Denny.
Hunter Rain Quaternick.
Joseph Pio DeRuiter.
Jordan Ray Leilani.
Christina Dio.
Gavin Michael Quigley.
Michael Anthony DiPadova.
Ryan Allen Promise Jr.
Eileen Diab.
Jonathan Monhay.
Allison Haley Dixon.
Anna Rhea Quintos.
Cameron Susanna Dietrich.
Alyssa Miranda Quiros.
Jalen Lath Dinka.
Hector Ruben Quisky.
Wendy Doctorman.
Brandon Wayne Ramey.
Aiden Patrick Dolan.
Frank Matthew Ramirez.
Mitchell McCoy Dorman.
Jesse Joe Ramirez Jr.
Reginald Eugene Dorsey Jr.
Stephen Jacob Ramirez.
Sydney Mackenzie Daup Connor.
Gabriel Ramos.
Zachary Edward Driscoll.
Joel Lindsay Ramos.
Evan Thomas.
Michaela Nicole Ramos.
Kayla Marie Duncan.
Nathaniel Philip Ramos.
Aaron John Duran.
Jacob Lyle Rangel.
Rebecca Louise Early.
Asmir Leylin Ransom.
Gabrielle Udochi Eke.
Nicholas Samuel Rave.
Haley Annette Elder.
Zachary Clinton Reeves.
Sophia Teresa Wyatt.
Christine Distor Reyes.
Christian Leonardo Elizondo.
Talia Linda Reynolds.
Ethan Robert Elrod.
Minha Reza.
Alexander Diego Escamilla.
Hyun Song Lee.
Charles Anakin Escobar.
Elena Raquel Llorena.
Nezzy Espinoza.
Lucas Adams Richardson.
Savannah Marie Scala.
Whitney Erin Richardson.
Joseph Dylan Estrada.
Ricky Craig Ridenauer.
Skylar Anthony Estrada.
Jordan Simone Riley.
Myra Christina Estrada Beltran.
Nicholas James Rios.
Tate Lively Ewan.
Lorena Michelle Rio.
Hannah Jane Falsham.
David Surai Ritchie.
Daniel Phoenix.
Amaya Reeves.
Alondra Fernandez.
Ariana Felicity Rivera.
Julianne Ferreira.
Brandon Rivera.
Natalia Andrea Figueroa.
Edward Abraham Rivero.
Sebastian Julio Figueroa.
Tion Grace Robinson.
Alexis Victoria Fletcher.
Jordan Taylor Rodriguez.
Hannah Marie Fletes.
Erica Rodriguez.
Kennedy.
Hunter Cole Rogers.
Lane McCauley Francis.
Eric Daniel Roman.
Noah James Francis.
Andrew Edward Romero.
Sarah Ann Lydia Frank.
Charles Medadi Ross.
Summer Ann Frazee.
Travis Bradley Rouse.
Samantha Frazier.
Rebecca Catherine Ozzie.
Christian Joaquin Frias.
Treasure Damond Rucker.
Ryan Anthony Frias.
David James Ruddy Jr.
Melissa Freegard.
Mackenzie Marlene Ruff.
Trinity Michelle Fry.
Isabel Yahaili Ruiz.
Mariah Jade Fuimaono.
Melanie Nicole Ruiz.
Mia Imani Fuller.
Vianney Alexis Ruiz. Cameron Alexander Rush.
Ada Simone.
Brittany Eileen Ruvalcaba.
Jan Antik Galai.
Serenity Raquel Ryan.
Roberto Galindo Jr.
Malia Lanai Saab.
Alina Gallardo.
Yamila Camille Salazar.
Kylie Ann Galuzzo.
Adrian Isaiah Salgado.
Emily Nicole Galvin.
Trina Lynn.
Lilani Gangadar.
Priscilla Monique Samano.
Amanda Marie Garcia.
Admi Samplini.
Anthony Brandon Garcia.
Jacob Javier Sanchez.
David Jared Garcia.
Gabriela Sanchez Torres.
Oscar Ernesto Garcia.
Avneet Kaur Sandhi.
Robert Garcia.
Leslie Noel Sandoval.
Zachary Garcia.
Diego Efan Santos.
Sandra Garcia Osorio.
Danielle Chai Sarawasi.
Lucia Garcia Servin.
Zeta Sule.
Isabella Gargisevich Almeida.
Morgan Faith Shire.
Jessica Angelina Gaxiola.
Nicole Colton Schoonover.
Andrew Joseph Gilbreth.
Alyssa Kaylee Scott.
Hope Margaret Gillette.
Sano
Charles Gillette.
Chloe Day Scott.
Dean Anthony Gomez.
Carlos Jose Sevilla.
Jacob Paul Gomez.
Connor James Sharp.
Rodrigo Gomez.
Cameron McKeely Shaw.
Drake Gonzalez.
Brandon James Sheehan.
Isabel Gonzalez.
Gavin Corey Shiflett.
Leslie Haiti Gonzalez.
Sydney Alva.
Alexandria Elizabeth Graham.
Jesus Daniel Silva.
Michael Brendan Gray.
Alicia May Simmons.
Ryan Gray.
Andrew Ryan Simpson.
Ian Christopher Griggs.
Jessica Brooke Sisler.
Tessa Lynn Groom.
Hallie Nicole Scala.
Minku Gu.
Joseph Robert Smysek. Brenna Rose Smith.
Michael Guerrero.
Riley Shannon Smith.
Naomi Guerrero.
Sky Amanda Smith.
Emily Michelle Gull.
Bailey Solis.
Blake Andrew Kaczynski.
Madison Ray Soria.
Emily Victoria Gutierrez.
Jesse Daniel Sotelo.
Emma Gutierrez.
Sophia Louise
Gutierrez.
Ashlyn Laurel Spencer.
Alejandra Guzman.
Shane Stephen Sprowski.
Mariah Crystal Guzman.
Taylor Elizabeth Stafford.
Caroline Rebecca Habash.
Madison Leslie Stamen.
Gabriella Grace Haddad.
Connor James Stephen.
Kyler Renee Hayner.
Rebecca Nicole Sterner.
Atusa Har-
Zachary Stout.
Allison Taylor Hall.
Stephanie Struther.
Alyssa Nicole Hallgren.
Cassidy Nicole Stump.
Chanel Christine Hamilton.
Kyle Thomas Sullenbarger.
Nicole Diane Hansen.
Nala August Sweezer.
Sydney Marie Hansen.
Matthew Jordan Sylvester.
Arissa Lynette Harper.
Jared Paul.
Austin Charles Harper.
Zana Michelle Taylor.
Claire Alexandra Harsh.
Kylie Diane Testa.
Avery Brooke Hartman.
Zachary John Ryan Thelwell.
Juliana Justine Hatfield.
Brenton Keith Thomas.
Rebecca Grace Hawes.
Leah Nicole Thomas.
Kylie Nicole Hawkins.
Emma Christine Thompson.
Salima Leah Haynes.
Noah Michael Thompson.
Marie Heat.
Jordan Lee Thompson.
Haley Noel Hendricks.
Christine Bjorg Thoridsson.
Talon Adele Henry.
Leanne Marie Tibbetts.
Adriana Marie Heredia.
Michael Ryan Tiernan.
Jacob Brendan Hernandez.
Rico De Niro Iona Tinio.
Jasmine Sunshine Hernandez.
Neil Burrell Perquato.
Miguel Angel Hernandez.
Kelly Torres.
Serena Hernandez.
Sebastian Elias Torres.
Sydney Page Hernandez.
Taylor Julene Torres.
William Christian Hernandez.
Gunnar Chase Torres Griffith.
Yesenia Celeste Herrera.
Kelly Tron.
Andrew Mark Heron.
Connor James Trim.
Franco Enrique Aquino Hiram.
Kiana Nicole Turner.
Jonathan Alexander Ho.
Jose Obid Ureña.
Hunter Robert Hawking.
Kayla Rose Urias.
Ashley Nicole Hodell.
Sarah Danielle Uribe.
Kyle Jacob Hoffman.
Tristan Tyler Valenzuela.
Louis Adam Holguin.
Alexandra Valle.
Lonnie Holmes Jr.
Noah David Vallejo.
Ann Horn.
Christopher Olama Takeo Valverde.
Teresa Eileen Howick.
Caitlin Elizabeth Van.
Janelle Marie Hubbard.
Brooke Haley Van Winkle.
Alexandra Maria Huff.
Javier Vargas.
Caden Tyler Hoopy.
Gerardo Vargas.
Anika Julani Hurst.
Vasquez.
Jamie Hutton.
Valerie Vasquez.
Sydney Jean Ilton.
Alexis Ulysses Vasquez.
Kirsten Lynn Imera.
Jasmine Veliz.
Kevin Ing.
Ashley Victoria Verdugo.
Yesenia Garcia. Jessica Garcia.
Joshua Quinton Cole Vigo.
Stephen Jackson.
Brandon Alexander Villacres.
Sabrina Jacobo. Rachel Victoria Jacobs.
Nicholas Jonah Villan.
Ivan Hakinde.
Isabella Faye Villarosa.
Alyssa Elena Jameson.
Brianna Sabas Villarreal.
Allison Emily Janes.
Jacob David Viella.
Sabrina Rayanne Jansen.
Gabriella Felixovna Vinokur.
Haley Cecilia Marie Hansons.
Lauren Marie Vittert.
Jacob Alexander Jared.
Joseph Michael Vodigal.
Hosanna Grace Jimenez.
Jordan Savannah Vogel.
Piper Johnson.
DJ Carson Walder.
Ariana Nicole Jones.
Caleb Christian Walker.
Dwayne Thomas Jones.
Ethan Matthew Wall.
Paige Denise Jones.
Jacob Kyle Wall.
Anna Cheyenne.
Brianna Wallace.
Jacob Jose.
Lucy Wen.
Rufina Jung.
Zoe Francis Warren.
Christian Erling Jewell.
Cassidy Nicole Watts.
Matthew Jacob Jurado.
Matthew Zachary Wayne.
Sadaf Aliyah Kadir.
Cassidy Lael Webb.
Obina Ochalu.
White.
William Canner.
Megan Schuyler White.
Hannah Nicole Kaufman.
Gabriella Dominique Whitmore.
Nicholas Kim.
Alexa Irene Wilbert.
Robin Kim.
Alyssa Faith Williams.
Ashley Nicole King.
Brene Marie Williams.
Alexis Sarah Kinsig.
Chloe Nay Williams.
Jacob Ian Nurl.
Connor Alexander Williams.
Sean Laron Knowles Jr.
Haley Monet Williams.
Esther Coe.
Mako Natalie Williams.
Mason Earl Coles.
Bryant Wynn Williamson.
Ethan David Kolb.
Ryan James Willman.
Carolyn Yang Kong.
Travis Reed Willman.
Yash Corday.
Grace Elizabeth Carey Wilson.
Lila Claire Cuzab-
Gavin Drew Windholtz.
David Jacob Kravitz.
Devin Ryan Wolslegger.
Haley Marie Kravitz.
Alexander Ray Wozniak.
Caitlin Noel Krell.
Jarrett Tyler Wright.
Juliana Mary Krizak.
Kaylee Rose Ibarra.
Madison May Kuchel.
Chloe Madeline Yem.
Grace Page Lackey.
Joshua Charles Yena. Semi Yoon.
Dawson Matthew Templanza Lander.
Lucinda Chong Yu.
Jacob Daniel Landgren.
Mark Zaki.
Julianne Lucian Lau.
Melissa Zapata.
James Joseph Lara.
Chongroy Zhang.
Angelica Destiny Lawless.
Kaiwan Ken Dong.
Nathan Daniel Lay.
Joshua Evan Zobel.
Kristen Baucan Lay. Cameron Leach.
Let's give a round of applause for the class of 2018. Would all senior choir members please report to the risers? Class of 2018, please stand and join your choir members in singing our alma mater. All right, we're almost there. Before we end the ceremony, however, the Martin Luther King High School Band will be performing our session under the direction of Mr. Charles Gray. After 15 years in high school and 35 years in public education, Mr. Gray is retiring. And this song will be the last he directs as a high school band director. Thank you, Mr. Gray, for your years of service and your guidance to over 10,000 students who you have influenced over your career. Please give him a warm round of applause once again for Mr. Charles Gray. Okay, class. The ceremonial moving of your tassel, although small in action, some of the lasting from your past growth and accomplishments of hope and you move your tassels from the right side of your caps to your left side. Congratulations. Just a reminder, once we dismiss you, everybody is going to leave from the back row going out through the gauntlet. Class of 2018, you are officially and forever dismissed.
Thank you.